Yeah, that's right. There are three stocks that are in my bus 13 portfolio that are outperforming NVIDIA. And I understand why they are. And because of that, I have an advantage over most people in the investment world because I know what's happening and I know why it's happening. And I know why these other three stocks are outperforming NVIDIA. You've got to recognize what's happening. NVIDIA exploded because they had the only chip that was recognizably able to handle the amount of data processing that was going to be required for you and I in the future to access artificial intelligence. And that's because our websites that we go to right now are static. But as a result of artificial intelligence and the large language platforms and all the artistic things that can now be done on a computer, you're going to need more computing power. And that's also going to make it impossible for the data farms to keep up with our demands for artificial intelligence and machine learning. So it's all got to be upgraded. And that's why NVIDIA stock is up as it is annually, or in the last year, 195%, and year to date, up 217%. But there are other stocks that are outperforming it because they have the ability to do things to put into these new computers, and they started at a lower price. And so they're outperforming NVIDIA. And what I want to do in this video is basically bring you up to speed as to who are the three stocks that are outperforming them, why are they outperforming, and how are they going to do in the future. And there are, in addition to NVIDIA and the other three, there are about 17 other stocks that I own that basically has given me a performance of 140% in the past year and 100% year to date. Now, if your portfolio hasn't given you that kind of return over the last year and year to date, maybe you need to see the rest of this video.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Okay, let's start with who are the stocks in the Bus 13 portfolio and how did I build it? Well, again, it was built around the recognition that the computer systems, the internet system of our world was going to have to be upgraded. And I learned that just last week when I upgraded my computer from one that I had had for 5 years, and my upload speed to render my videos went from 30 minutes to 1 minute. And that's because my computer is now a supercomputer. Hell, it even has a water cooling system built into it so that it keeps the temperature down and keeps the efficiency of the computer up. Well, that's happening to the entire computer world. And right now it's happening in the data centers. So here are the companies that I have within the Bus 13 portfolio right now. And as you can see, they range from Apple to Amazon, NVIDIA, names that you recognize, and then you get down into some names you don't recognize. And these I'm highlighting SMCI, ACLS, and AEHR. These are three that are outperforming either on a annual basis, yearly, or a year-to-date basis. One of them, SMCI, is blowing NVIDIA out of the water. Now, understand why that is. SMCI is up, NVIDIA is up 195 for the year. SMCI is up 619. Year to date, it's a comparison of 217 to 512. Why is that? I did a whole video on comparing NVIDIA and SMCI, super micro computer, whatever. And what it is NVIDIA's chip is going into super macros computers. This is the computer that every data farm is going to need to keep up with you and I's demand, with corporate demand for artificial intelligence and machine learning. One of the things that goes into that computer, SMCI's computer, is an NVIDIA chip. Okay? And so that is just one element of what's inside SMCI's computer. Some of the other elements are what Excel Tech, ACLS, puts into the computer. They basically, here ion implantation and processing equipment in fabrication of semiconductors. What? What does that mean? I don't need to know what that means. I don't need to be a scientist. I just need to know that every computer that SMCI has needs what ACLS has. ACLS, nobody knew what it was a year ago, so that's why it's up for the year 229%, which beats the year number for NVIDIA, and 129% year to date, which doesn't beat the NVIDIA number. But nonetheless, it started at a lower price because nobody knows, and still nobody knows now, but you and I, that they have something that we as a demanding public and a business world are going to need to make our computers of the future work. Okay? So then what is AEHR? They basically have testing equipment. Think about this enormous farm of computers, this enormous building, rack after rack after rack of SMCI computers, and you're just screaming for data, and you've got these computers working as hard as they can and generating heat, and what's there to keep them from shutting down, from overheating, from breaking down? Well, that's AEHR's testing equipment that is continually testing what's going on in that computer, and if in fact it's overheating or it's reaching its capacity, it moves that screaming for data from that computer to that computer or to that computer. That's what's going on in these farms. It's not just Jensen is making the chip that everybody is demanding because of this change in our world of computing. No, there are thousands of parts that go into that computer that make this work. I mean, it comes down to how do we make this surface harder and so that it doesn't generate the heat. That you and I don't need to know that. But what we do need to know is how to find these stocks. Okay, that's what it's all about. How do you and I find these stocks and put them into the Bus 13 portfolio? Because there are about 12 others, and then once that's all done, and we've got that portfolio clicking away at 100% per year return, then what happens when they start delivering this artificial intelligence to companies? Who's going to write the software? Who's going to make it possible for you to go to a website? Let's just say a car test website, and you actually talk through a robot and negotiate for your car, and you don't go to the dealership until it's time to go pick it up. And then when you do that, you just take your phone and it will beep, beep, beep you to the car. You put it on the car, you get it in, and you drive it, and then you bring it back. No human contact whatsoever. And then you go to a DocuSign document, and you sign the document. They move the money from your bank account or set up the loan, and you never see a damn person. That's the way the world is going to change. If that's what you want to do, if you want to go into that showroom and have someone sell you the car that they want you to buy, well, you got that opportunity as well. Now take that and say, could they do that with houses? Yes, they could. Could they do that with anything and everything? I told you over a year ago that we went to the Indianapolis 500. And for a free T-shirt, yes, a free T-shirt, my grandson and my wife, Nita, went to a kiosk and filled out all their information on the cars that they own. Nita owns a Porsche. It's a 2004 Porsche. And this was to get a T-shirt from the Corvette company. They have that data. They know what her car is. They know how many miles on it. They know everything about it. They got her address. They got her email address. They've got her telephone. When they're ready, they're going to contact her through an active website, and they're going to put some young woman in front of her that's going to be a robot, by the way, and they're going to say, here, let's go sit in this new Corvette, and let me give you an offer on your Porsche, and we'll do it. They'll do it over the or over the internet. She'll go down to the local Chevrolet dealer. She'll find the Corvette that she picked off of the website. She'll get in it. I'll probably be in the passenger seat, and she'll drive it. And if she wants it, she'll press one button. If she doesn't, she'll press another button. And if she says, I want a convertible, she'll just tell them that, and they'll say, go over to 50 feet the other way and try that one out. That's the world that's coming. But it's going to create a demand on generating data on these computers that is unforeseen. Well, it is foreseen. They know it. But that's what's driving the bus portfolio. That's 12 is the upgrade, or 13 is the upgrade. 12 is who's going to deliver this data to you. Palantir is one of the first that I've put on my bus 12. I've chosen about 3 others. I will probably build that portfolio out to about 15, 20 stocks as well. These are the stocks that are going to make me a multimillionaire. Now, I have another plan to become a billionaire. We can talk about that another time. That's what I do. That's how I spend my time. If you want to duplicate what I'm doing, there's the portfolio. Go do your research. Go to Seeking Alpha, find the financials, substantiate what I've told you, and then continue to find other stocks, or you've got another choice, and that is to become a part of our tribe. Our tribe is a group of people who all align with what I just told you, and said, hey, I want to participate in that. I want to be a part of that. Can I have a seat on the bus? Yeah, for $20, I'll do all the work. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'll feed you. I'll even show you the analysis that I go through to justify that ACLS isn't just a flash in the pan and going to go away. No, I know what its earnings are going to be next year, the year after that, out to 2027. So I know where this stock is going. I just got to get on the bus. And that's what this is all about. I'm using artificial intelligence in my new computer to give me an advantage. If you'd like to share in it, I'd like you to share in it. I'd like you to reach new levels of wealth. I just did a video yesterday for my grandson, and he has accumulated through all kinds of different things $30,000. And I showed him if he will invest in my Bus 12 and my Bus 13 portfolios, he'll be a billionaire by the time I think it was 55. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. The field is being leveled. You now have the ability that Peter Thiel has had. If you don't know who Peter Thiel is, Google him. He has figured out how to become a multi-billionaire. I have figured out how to become a billionaire. I just wish I was 25 years old. Okay, that's me. I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm the guy who's building the buses. If you want to be a part of it, if you got $20 a month, if you don't have $20 a month, stop going to Starbucks. Talk to you again tomorrow.